Urgent. Archangel Michael's message for May 25th. Someone at work has been lying to you. They didn't expect this to be revealed. Watch now. May 25th is not just a date. It is a divine alarm. A spiritual siren echoing through the corridors of the unseen, calling the awakened to listen with sacred urgency. Archangel Michael is stirring, his presence not a gentle nudge but a firm, divine destruction. This is not an ordinary moment, and this is not an ordinary message. It is a decree from heaven's throne, because something has crossed a line, and the time to address it is now. Someone in your workplace, someone who walks the same halls, breathes the same air, and pretends to be neutral, has moved spiritually against you. Not with weapons of steel, but with weapons of deception. A lie has taken root under your name. A falsehood has been whispered and spread like wildfire cloaked in smiles. This is not paranoia. This is not imagination. This is revelation. The Spirit says, what they thought would remain in shadow is being forced into the light. What they assumed would be ignored is now being judged. And the reason you felt the pressure, the unrest, the inner dissonance, is because your spirit already knew. Your soul has already registered the disturbance. Heaven has marked the offense. And now, Archangel Michael, defender of truth and protector of divine justice, is speaking into your timeline to prepare you for what comes next. This message is not for the masses. This is not for every ear. It is for the spiritually sensitive, the awakened, the chosen. If your heart quickens, if your eyes widen, if your chest tightens, then it is for you. You are being summoned into awareness, because silence is no longer safe and delay is no longer divine. Stillness is your weapon now. Stillness is not passivity, it is power. Your obedience to divine instruction will unlock supernatural clarity. You must resist the urge to react in the flesh. The person who planted this lie, who crafted the false narrative around your name, never expected it to reach heaven's ears. But it has. And now the books are open. May 25th is not just another day. It is the line in the sand. It is the hour of unveiling. It is the date where heaven's judgment begins to echo in the earth. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 is now surrounding you. Archangel Michael speaks with divine urgency. His sword is drawn, not in violence but in protection, in truth, in celestial fire that cuts through deception. He does not whisper this time. He does not walk softly through your dreams. He is speaking clearly, unmistakably, and directly into your spirit. And he says, by sunrise, the veil will begin to lift. Prepare now. You must feel this in your bones, for the Spirit is stirring. Heaven has issued a holy interruption. Your name hath been spoken in secret, not just in office gossip or casual workplace chatter, but in the spirit realm. And where your name has been mishandled by men, it has been defended by angels. You are not watching this by coincidence. This is not mere curiosity or chance. This is timing. Divine timing. Heaven's orchestration. You were led to this message because you are being watched, not only by those who have misunderstood and misrepresented you, but by the host of heaven. And Archangel Michael stands now, a sentinel of truth, urging your full attention. Your alignment right now matters more than ever before. There are moments in life when time becomes sacred, when minutes become markers in eternity. This is one of them. The heavens demand your attention before it's too late. You have been distracted, perhaps even discouraged. The noise of daily life has tried to drown out the still, small voice. But now that voice roars. The moment has arrived. The message that was delayed has now broken through the resistance. It could not wait any longer. Your spirit had been pressing against something unseen, unsettled, undefined. You felt something was off. You just didn't have the language for it. Until now. This message is the language of heaven to decode what your spirit has sensed. The chosen are being whispered to. And you, beloved, are one of them. There is a reason you've been feeling disconnected, misread, even falsely accused. That sensation is not just emotional disturbance. It is spiritual revelation trying to break through. You are not being paranoid. You are being prepared. Be alert. Be still. Be obedient. Because what happens in silence will shift everything. While others run their mouths, your silence becomes a sanctuary. While others plan, plot, and provoke, your obedience will open doors no man can shut. You must resist the urge to explain yourself. You must resist the flesh's demand for retaliation. Because Archangel Michael is already moving on your behalf. You need not prove what God is about to reveal. Someone you trusted, someone who shares space with you, has placed a stone of falsehood in your path. But hear this. What was meant to trip you will be the very evidence used to elevate you. That lie they told, that story they twisted, is now under spiritual investigation. The scrolls are open. The angels are recording. Your name is being cleared in realms they don't even believe exist. This is not a time to panic. This is not a time to fight back in the flesh. It is a time to bow in prayer, to fast in stillness, and to walk with precision. Every step you take in spiritual discipline is a step toward divine vindication. Heaven is preparing to expose what men thought was covered, and the light of God will be undeniable. So take a breath. Close your eyes. Center your spirit. Because you are not alone in this. You were never alone. Heaven has been watching, waiting, and now it has spoken. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. You felt it, haven't you? That strange, subtle shift at work. The change in temperature that no thermostat could explain. The atmosphere tightened. The energy shifted. And though no one said your name aloud, your spirit caught the tension. Your arrival changes rooms now, not because you are arrogant, but because they know something you don't. They've said something they shouldn't have. And now the air carries secrets they thought would stay buried. It wasn't you. You didn't change. They did. You didn't start the whisper, but you walked into its echo. Conversations die when you enter the room, not by accident, but by design. They scatter like shadows at sunrise. They adjust their tone, rearrange their expressions, and pretend nothing has happened. But something has. A lie has started to blossom in their midst, and the roots lead back to your name. This is not imagination. This is spiritual discernment. Your spirit is alert because the truth within you is reacting to the falsehood around you. Gossip is not just words. It is witchcraft dressed in casual dialogue. And someone has been planting seeds behind your back, hoping to choke your favor before it can fully bloom. They speak kindly to your face while crafting confusion in your absence. They carry your name on their tongue like a weapon, pretending to honor while secretly harming. Archangel Michael says, they know part of your story, but they lied about the rest. And that incomplete story has become a narrative of poison. They saw a chapter but spoke as if they knew the whole book. They weaponized what they misunderstood and presented it as fact, But hear me, heaven knows the full version, and heaven is not fooled. You've wrestled with doubt. You've asked yourself, am I just overthinking? Am I too sensitive? No, you are not paranoid. You are spiritually discerning. You've been given eyes that see beyond the surface, ears that pick up the tremors of dishonesty, and a heart that aches when injustice floats in the air. Your intuition is not weakness. It is a gift. It is the spirit of truth sounding the alarm. This emotional disruption is not random. It is strategic. It is God's way of alerting you before the enemy's plans can fully manifest. You've been placed in this tension to awaken, not to break. The discomfort you feel is not a sign of spiritual failure. It is a sign of spiritual maturity. Only the awakened can sense what others overlook. Someone hath been smiling at you while sharpening a blade behind the scenes. Someone has spoken as though they care while secretly hoping for your fall. But God has intercepted the plot, and now the disruption you feel is a prelude to the exposure they never saw coming. Their comfort is being disturbed. Their alliance is being shaken, and the house of cards they built upon your name is beginning to collapse. This moment, this strange, silent, sacred moment, is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to deliver you. Trust the unease. Utter the knowing. Respect the nudge. Because the truth is closer than it appears, and justice is nearer than you think. Type "I walk in discernment" in the comments if this speaks to your spirit. Lesson code 4444 is now activated. This isn't just workplace drama. This isn't just a miscommunication or a misunderstanding. This is divine testing. This is spiritual warfare disguised in office politics. What you are facing is not about a person. It is about a spirit. It is not about a moment. It is about a movement. Heaven has allowed this conflict not to harm you, but to reveal what could not be seen in peace. Because only in the pressure does the false get exposed. Only in the friction do masks fall off. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you are chosen. The enemy is not targeting your personality. He is targeting your assignment. He's not threatened by your presence. He's terrified of your purpose. And he will always use what's familiar to try to shake your faith. The enemy knows he can't touch you directly, so he uses faces you trust, people you've welcomed, atmospheres you've depended on, and he injects confusion like poison. He plants lies where there was once clarity. He distorts perception where there was once peace. And now the storm that's risen around you is not about chaos. It is about clarity. Heaven permitted this moment to separate wheat from weeds, light from shadow, truth from manipulation. It's a divine filter, and everything that was attached to your name but not aligned with your destiny is being removed. This tension is a spiritual tool. This pain is a portal. This disruption is a doorway. Archangel Michael declares, this fire isn't to burn you. It's to expose them. What is happening around you is not the end. It is the unveiling. You are being led through the fire not because you did something wrong, but because heaven is preparing to elevate you right. The flame that surrounds you is not your punishment. It is your proof. Proof that heaven trusts you. Proof that you've outgrown where you were planted. Proof that your name carries weight in the spirit realm. And because of that, you will always attract resistance before release. Your response in this moment is what heaven is watching. Your reaction now will determine whether you rise or remain. You are standing in a divine crossroad, and what you do in silence will echo in the spirit. This is not the time to lash out. This is not the time to demand apologies or seek validation. This is the time to discern, to be still, to be holy. This is a sacred moment disguised in workplace confusion. You are not being punished. You are being purified. You are not losing ground. You are being launched. This fire is a forge, and you are being shaped into something new. Let it refine you, not define you. Let it elevate you, not exhaust you. Because on the other side of this spiritual test is divine trust. God is watching how you carry yourself when your name is in their mouths. God is watching how you posture your heart when your reputation is under fire. Archangel Michael is not silent. He is not standing afar. He is by your side. His sword is drawn. His wings are extended. He guards your name in realms they cannot see. You are not alone in this. Every tear has been counted. Every whisper has been recorded. Every wound has been acknowledged. And nothing, absolutely nothing, has been overlooked by heaven. This conflict is not a curse, it is a calling. It's confirmation that you carry something powerful. So lift your head, beloved. Stand in the knowledge that your battle is not flesh and blood. It is spirit and purpose. And purpose always prevails. Type I am covered in the comments if this resonates. Blessing code 2727 is surrounding your atmosphere now. Within 72 hours, something will break wide open, declares Archangel Michael. This is not a metaphor. This is not symbolic. This is literal. In the next 3 days, heaven will allow a crack in the veil. The pressure behind the scenes is building, and the liar, the one who twisted your name, who weaponized words against your destiny, is feeling it. Your walls are closing in. Your calm is collapsing. And the truth they buried is starting to rise through the cracks. I didn't expect this moment. They didn't expect heaven to intervene. They believed the lie would stay buried under busyness, that you'd remain distracted, that no one would question their version of events. But what they didn't realize is that every lie told in darkness becomes fuel for heaven's fire. Every misused word becomes a brick in the case heaven is building. And now they are being spiritually cornered. They are scrambling behind the scenes. Watch for it. The energy will shift. The tension will increase. And though they won't admit it out loud, they are beginning to feel the weight of consequence. Their eyes will dart. Their behavior will change. Their tone will shift. And the lie they once stood upon will become unstable beneath their feet. But you must not react. You must not confront. You must not accuse. Not yet. Because your silence is the sword. Your restraint is your roar. Heaven is judging now, and anything spoken prematurely will be used as interference in a divine trial already in progress. The Spirit says, stand still. Let it unfold. Spiritual tension is rising for a reason. You will feel a sudden shift in the atmosphere, a new level of pressure, a strange mix of anticipation and discomfort. This is your confirmation. This is the breaking point. This is the unraveling. But you must not be tempted to interrupt what God is orchestrating. Every day between now and the 72-hour mark is critical. Every moment you stay grounded adds weight to heaven's judgment. And yes, you may feel anxious. You may feel like your chest is heavy, like your thoughts are racing. That is the residue of spiritual warfare, not emotional confusion. The unseen battle is intense, but you are shielded. Archangel Michael is encamped around you. Your job is to remain still, centered, aligned. Heaven is doing the speaking for you. Do not entertain gossip. Do not clarify with those who doubt you. Do not attempt to fix what God is already resolving, because your silence will become the loudest judgment. Your stillness will be the most powerful testimony. And when the truth emerges, they will not be able to deny it. They will not be able to spin it, because it will be a divine eruption, and what has been hidden will be shouted from the rooftops. The person who lied is about to face what they feared most: exposure. Their comfort is ending. Your mask is slipping. Your alliance is crumbling. You are not the one falling apart. They are. But you must remain in obedience. Obedience is your shield now. Discipline is your defense. Trust that heaven is not delaying. It is preparing the perfect moment for truth to be undeniable. Stand your ground. Hold your peace. Watch what heaven does when you surrender control. Type "I trust heaven's timing" in the comments if you feel this word. Blessing code 3030 is now activated and moving in your situation. Be still. Let heaven do what only heaven can do, declares Archangel Michael with sacred finality. This moment is not about your effort. It's not about your cleverness or strategy. It's about divine court now being in session. What man cannot fix, heaven has already begun to handle. The courtroom of the Spirit is convening, and you, chosen one, are not the defendant. You are the protected. You are the one under divine surveillance, hidden in the shelter of the Most High. This is not your battle. This is a holy war beyond your visibility. This is a cosmic conflict where angels have been dispatched with flaming swords to surround your name, your path, your peace. Every whispered lie is being recorded. Every twisted conversation is being traced. Every manipulation is being matched with justice. But here is the command: step back. Step away from the temptation to control. Step away from the urge to confront. Step away from the flesh, because the Spirit is at work. Fast. Pray. Observe. Become like the watchful eagle, perched above the storm, never descending into chaos. Your vision must remain elevated. Your spirit must remain sharp. Do not stoop. Do not descend. Those who lie want you on their level, wrestling in the mud they created. But you were never created for that terrain. You were created to soar. Soar now. Rise above their noise, their nonsense, their manipulation. Your silence is not weakness. It is your supernatural sword. In the silence, heaven moves. In the stillness, divine intelligence operates. When you speak without spiritual prompting, you step out of alignment. But when you speak from obedience, your words become fire. Archangel Michael says, speak only when prompted in spirit, not emotion. Let your words be rare and righteous. Let your voice be heard in heaven before it is ever heard on earth. Protect your energy. Protect your atmosphere. Protect your name, not with reaction, but with restraint. You are not to be reckless with your peace. You are not to give access to those who cannot carry your truth. There is a hedge being built around you, and it is made of fire. It will burn anything impure that tries to cross it. You not tear it down with reckless emotion. Heaven is building a case. Every lie is a brick in the evidence. Every whisper is a page in the record. Do you think God is blind to the injustice? Do you think the angels have not heard what was spoken in shadows? Oh, they had heard. They have seen. And now they move with intention. Your responsibility is to remain under the shadow of the Almighty. Abide in Him. Remain hidden in His truth. Rest in the assurance that the battle is being fought on a plane you cannot enter. And when the verdict is released, when heaven declares your vindication, there will be no debate, no confusion, no room for false rebuttal, because divine justice leaves no trace of doubt. Archangel Michael encircles you now. His sword is not drawn to frighten, but to defend. You are surrounded. You are guided. And if you remain still, you will see what heaven does when you surrender to the higher court. Hold the line. Hold the posture. Let your stillness be your strength. Type "I am protected" in the comments if this word reaches your spirit. Blessing code 1111 is now circling you with divine security. You are not the same person they misjudge. The one they whispered about, the one they painted with falsehood, that version no longer exists. That was their last image of you, not heaven's current reality. You've grown. You've evolved. And while they remain stuck in their perception, God has moved you forward in preparation. Archangel Michael speaks now. You have grown. But they stayed with your past version. That's why the attacks no longer fit. That's why the lies feel distant, strange, like they're hitting a version of you that's already dead. Because it's true. They crafted weapons for a person you no longer are. I dug pits for someone who's already ascended. And now, every attempt to bring you down is hitting heaven's shield. Spiritually, you've become a divine weapon. You are no longer a passive recipient of pain. You are a conductor of heaven's energy, a vessel of divine flow, a warrior cloaked in wisdom. You are not just walking through this season, you are conquering it. You are not just enduring, you are rising with knowledge, with insight, with clarity that you didn't have before. This attack was never about what they said. It was about what heaven wanted to activate. And now the activation is complete. You see clear. You feel deeper. You hear spiritually. Your discernment is sharper. Your energy is purer. And your authority has increased. They tried to trap you with the past, but your future was always bigger. They tried to suffocate you in delay, but divine acceleration is now pushing you forward. Archangel Michael declares, what was meant to break you is a ladder. Every lie they told became a step. Every betrayal became a platform. Every insult became a push toward purpose. You are climbing now. You are soaring now. You are moving with divine rhythm. Let their lies become your elevation. Let their manipulation become your momentum. You do not need them to validate your growth. You do not need their approval to enter your next chapter. What heaven has sealed, man cannot revoke. What heaven has blessed, gossip cannot undo. You are not defined by what they said. You are defined by what God sees. And God sees a warrior. God sees a vessel of light. God sees someone who did not retaliate, who did not lose character, who trusted when it hurt, and who held peace when chaos was offered. This is not the end. It's your unfolding. Your expansion is just beginning. And those who lied on you will have to watch as God blesses you openly. They will witness your rise. Not for revenge, but for revelation. Not for payback, but for purpose. Because when God elevates the humble, no lie can lower them again. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super chat with contributions of up to $10. Your support helps us bring more anointed content straight to you. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am rising in the comments if this word aligns with your current season. Blessing code 777 is igniting around you now. Now hear the revelation, for it shall not be delayed. Archangel Michael speaks. The real reason for this conflict, this disruption, this spiritual unease in your workplace is not simply the result of betrayal. It is the beginning of divine unlocking. What you thought was an attack was actually a traitor. What seemed like a sabotage was, in fact, the signal for a spiritual release. The lie they told was not just malice. It was the doorway to your next dimension. Your promotion, whether in spirit or in position, did not go unnoticed. Heaven saw it. Hell felt it. And those around you, those who once smiled at your humility, but feared your potential, they sensed it. The envy in their hearts was awakened not because of who you were yesterday, but because of who you are becoming. They could sense the oil greasing on your life. They could smell the fragrance of favor starting to rest on your name. And they couldn't handle it. Archangel Michael reveals this truth. This season was orchestrated for unveiling. You see, when favor rests upon you, the enemy sends counterfeit alliances. When elevation is near, the enemy sends distraction. And the only way God could purify your atmosphere was to shake it. The shaking was necessary. It was uncomfortable. Yes, it was painful, indeed. But it was needed, because God will never elevate you into a space contaminated with hidden snakes. Hidden blessings are released when hidden serpents are exposed. And that's what this was. That lie, that seemingly small twist of truth, with a key to your next level. It unlocked a deeper dependence on God. It activated discernment you didn't know you had. It pushed you to listen more closely to the whisper of heaven. It forced you to walk carefully, to fast earnestly, to observe rather than react. Lie opened the scrolls of divine advancement. And now the scrolls are unrolling. You were delayed, not denied. Now watch it unfold, says the Archangel. A delay that made you question yourself. A pause that felt like punishment. It wasn't either. It was divine positioning. The lie had to be told before the truth could be revealed. The snakes had to hiss before the eagles could soar. And now that their tongues have moved, heaven is moving faster. Do not fear the fallout. Do not fear the exposure. What is collapsing now was never built on truth. What is unraveling now was never part of your purpose. And what remains after this shaking will be pure, will be aligned, will be anointed. The Holy Spirit has cleared the room, and now the stage is set for your rise. You will not leave this season the same. You will not walk back into old dynamics pretending nothing happened. You will emerge wiser, clearer, more aligned. You are stepping into your throne room moment. This is the part where God prepares a table in the presence of your enemies. This is the moment when what was whispered in shadows becomes the reason God exalts you publicly. Let their false testimony become your foundation. Let their deception become your declaration. You are not broken. You are being built. And now, as heaven unlocks the next door, you will walk through it without the weight of false alliances. The purification has happened. The path is clear. I receive the unveiling in the comments if this word speaks to your moment. Blessing code 888 is now unlocking spiritual doors around you. You have a part to play now, and shrinking is no longer an option. The silence has passed. The exposure has begun. The weight of heaven's instruction is upon your shoulders. Archangel Michael speaks with fiery precision. You must declare, I am aligned, protected, and rising. Not tomorrow. Not when it's safe. Now. Because destiny doesn't wait for the comfortable. It calls to the courageous. You are standing on the edge of your next level, and obedience is the only currency that moves you forward. This is not about proving anything to anyone. This is about saying yes to the divine path set before you. You've seen too much. You discern too much. You sacrifice too much to remain where you were. Movement is the mandate. Activation is the assignment. Spiritual alignment must now lead to spiritual movement. It's no longer enough to just know. You must act. You must choose. You must respond. Heaven has extended the invitation. Will you step in? Will you say yes even though you're still healing? Will you trust even when betrayal still echoes in your mind? Destiny is calling louder than betrayal screams. It is not the loudest voice that carries truth. It is the voice backed by heaven's authority. The betrayal was loud, yes. But destiny is louder. Purpose is louder. Calling is louder. And now the choice rests in your spirit. Say yes to your purpose, even in the confusion, even when the path feels foggy, even when the wound is fresh. The yes is the weapon. The yes is the doorway. Your obedience will do what defense never could. It will silence every accuser. It will reverse every curse. It will bring clarity to the confusion. God is not waiting on them to confess. He's waiting on you to commit. You are stepping into a role bigger than they imagine. They thought they were hurting you, but they were helping heaven reveal your rank. You've been called, anointed, positioned, and now the weight of that mantle is yours to carry. Don't hand it back in fear. Don't delay it out of self-doubt. Your next season is pregnant with promise, and you are the midwife of your own miracle. Obedience activates everything. One yes can cancel years of delay. One yes can unlock doors you never thought would open. One yes can restore what was stolen. Heaven is waiting on your yes. Not a passive yes. A powerful yes. A yes that aligns your speech, your steps, your spirit. This is your time. This is your hour. This is your divine appointment. You are not just healing. You are launching. You are not just recovering. You are ruling. Step into the assignment. Walk in the authority. Speak what heaven places on your tongue. And let the false narratives fall to the ground as you rise in undeniable clarity. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super sticker with contributions of up to $50. Your support is deeply appreciated and helps us continue delivering powerful, prophetic insight. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type ISAYYES to Destiny in the comments if this activated something within you. Blessing code 5555 is now open and flowing in your life. While they speak falsely on earth, heaven speaks truthfully in spirit. And that truth, that divine narrative, is louder, weightier, and eternal. What they twisted with their mouths, heaven corrected with its scrolls. What they gossiped behind closed doors, angels documented in sacred ink. And now, a silent exchange has occurred. You may not have seen it, but your spirit felt it. While you rested, while you wept, while you walked away instead of retaliating, heaven recorded every act of restraint as righteousness. Your reputation in heaven is untouchable. While they debated your character, heaven affirmed your anointing. While they plotted your downfall, the spirit realm celebrated your endurance. You did not speak out, and that silence was heard louder than their accusations. You did not defend yourself prematurely, and that restraint echoed across dimensions. Archangel Michael declares, as you rest, divine hands move. As you weep, scrolls are written. Your name hath been cleared in the spirit, and now it's only a matter of time before it is vindicated on earth. They think their lies have power because they gathered others to agree. But agreement in darkness does not override truth in light. There has been a divine transaction. A trade occurred, false accusation exchanged for heavenly elevation. The smear they intended became a seal from heaven. The disruption they created became a declaration of your identity. You are not what they said. You are what heaven sees. You are not who they remember. You are who God is revealing. And though you feel the weight of misunderstanding, though your soul aches from being misread, understand this: restlessness is revelation in disguise. That discomfort, that spiritual irritation, that sense of urgency in your chest, it is not anxiety. It is holy announcement. It is the spirit realm alerting your soul that something is happening behind the veil. You're being summoned higher. Your discernment is being sharpened. And your calling is being made clear. The enemy tried to use confusion as a tool, but heaven turned that confusion into clarity. You now know who you can trust. You now know who cannot walk into your next season. You now see through eyes no longer clouded by assumption. This silent exchange, this unseen judgment, has finalized what you needed closure on. It didn't need a confrontation. It needed confirmation. And now you have it. Heaven is not asking you to fight for yourself. Heaven is not waiting for you to gather evidence. The evidence has already been submitted. The verdict is being prepared. And in the realm of the Spirit, the judgment hath been set. You are not guilty. You are not condemned. You are not forgotten. You are being lifted, not in pride but in purity. Your silence has secured your promotion. You were never alone. Your spirit always knew. Even when your mind doubted, your spirit discerned. Even when you wanted to defend yourself, your soul whispered, "Wait." That was the Spirit guiding you. That was the divine voice aligning you with heaven's perfect timing. Now, the exchange is complete. Your reward is on the way. Type "I trust the exchange" in the comments if your spirit bears witness. Blessing code 6464 is releasing divine reversal even now. What they meant for shame will clothe you in honor. Hear this now with power. Justice is not coming. Justice is already moving. Archangel Michael declares with thunder in his voice, justice is moving swiftly. The heavens are no longer silent. The delay has ended. The books have been opened. And the one who tried to rewrite your story with lies is now being rewritten by divine truth. They didn't expect exposure. They thought they were careful. They thought the conversation was private, the manipulation subtle, the slander untraceable. But nothing escapes the gaze of God. Nothing spoken in secret remains hidden from the heavenly court. And now, the gavel has been lifted. Heaven accelerated the exposure. What was meant to be uncovered next season had been pulled into this one. The season of justice is no longer future. It is present. It is now. And with it comes divine reversal. What they sent out will return to them, multiplied. The lie will return to its origin with consequence. They sowed dishonor. Now they will reap exposure. They released confusion. Now they will reap chaos in their own camp. They broke your peace. Now their peace is broken. But you shall rise. Reversal is your inheritance. Restoration is your promise. Your loss will become gain. What was stolen will be returned sevenfold. Your rejected name will become respected. Your overlooked presence will become undeniable. You are stepping into vindication, not with empty words, but with holy proof. Heaven does not vindicate with subtlety, heaven vindicates with fire. You will not have to explain. You will not have to debate. God is about to make a public demonstration of what he protected in private. The very people who once questioned you will come back with apologies. The ones who entertained lies about you will see your truth manifest in undeniable blessing. They will have no choice but to admit that God was with you all along. The reversal will shock them. The restoration will silence them. And your rise will remind them that heaven always has the final say. Archangel Michael has gone before you, and the path has been cleared. Walk in it. Speak not in revenge, but in reverence. Let your life answer where your words remain silent. They thought you would break. They thought you would bow. But God built you for this. He designed you to survive betrayal, to outlive accusation, and to ascend in storms. Now the evidence will speak, and you will smile with peace, knowing that justice, real justice, spiritual justice, has spoken on your behalf. Type "justice is mine" in the comments if you believe it. Blessing code 4747 is breaking every chain and reversing every curse around your name. You are sealed by truth, not stained by lies. No matter what they said, no matter how they whispered, no matter how they plotted, their words have no authority over your destiny. Their deception has no power against your purpose. What was spoken about you has now been overruled by what heaven has declared over you. And heaven has spoken one thing clearly: you are rising. You are chosen. You are unstoppable. Heaven fought for you in secret. While you were crying, heaven was working. While you were wrestling with confusion, angels were drafting your vindication. While you were silent in the natural, the spirit realm thundered in defense of your name. And now, what was done in secret will be rewarded in public. Now, the favor that was hidden will become visible. The glory that was covered will be revealed. This is not the season to apologize for your rise. This is not the season to downplay your breakthrough. Walk boldly. Speak boldly. Live boldly. Because heaven has wrapped you in light. Your future is not fragile. It is fortified. And Archangel Michael declares, the blessing that is coming cannot be stopped, delayed, or distorted. You are walking through a door no man can close. Receive this. Archangel Michael blesses your next steps with supernatural clarity. Your feet will not falter. Your path will not grow dim. Your name will no longer echo in confusion. It will resonate in purpose. Your voice will no longer be suppressed. It will be honored. You are walking into rooms you were once barred from. You are receiving the yes that was once withheld. You are reclaiming every ounce of authority the enemy tried to steal through manipulation and lies. So now, say this aloud, not as a hope, but as a declaration. I walk in justice. I rise in truth. I carry divine favor. I will not shrink. I will not apologize. I will not look back. What God started, God will finish. I am sealed, I am seen, I am sent. Yes, the light is here. The shift is here. The door is open. What they tried to stop has only accelerated. What they tried to hide has only shined brighter. What they tried to curse has only been crowned. You are chosen for such a time as this. You are anointed for such a season as this. You are appointed for such a battle as this. And now it is finished. The process is complete. The fire did not consume you. It refined you. The pressure did not destroy you. It defined you. The reward is here. The revelation is complete. The rest is yours. Type I walk in justice in the comments if you receive this final blessing. Blessing code 1212 is now sealing every victory over your life.